It's been a year. It's been a while. But we're back here with some Blind Tech for MK1 now. For those unfamiliar with the old series, I did a Blind Tech for Mortal Kombat 11. Basically, the idea was show off tech for characters or defending against characters, but blind, right? So, what's the catch? Well, basically character guides without seeing them. So, should be fun. I'm thinking my first episode here will be on Omni Man, since it seems that the blind community has a problem dealing with this man. So let's cover him. So, where do we begin defending against him? Well, for starters, he likes to skip neutral a lot. Just on his own. We're not talking about cameos this time around. On his own, he has back forward 4, full screen tracking, just Superman fly move, essentially dive bomb. This will help punish projectiles. If people are overzealous with projectile spam, Omni Man shuts all that down. This is fully punishable on block. It's a bit of a weird punish if you're too quick, because of the animation. Omni Man stays in the air a little bit if he's jumping at you. So if he does on the ground, it's a full punish. So let's set the other Omni Man do all. I'm holding up too, so you can hear how long there is. So I'm going to mute my mic so you can hear this. Yeah, you can hear the recovery on that. That's a full punish right there. So, back forward 4, very punishable. Helps to skip neutral and helps Omni Man deal with projectiles. So that's another option. So back forward 2. This is his armor move. If you spend more on this, this is a 12 frame startup, mid or 20 frames, something like that. It's really quick for an armor move. Actually, only has 20 frames of recovery. So Omni Man can actually do this in neutral and kind of just use it as a neutral skip a little bit. Like, he can move pretty quick after doing it. It's not the worst thing in the world. It is punishable on block. Negative, I want to say negative 14, negative 15. It's a little bit of a tight punish, but most jab strings should be able to punish him. He's like right in their face. So if we look at this on block, I'll mute my mic so you can hear the distance. You also have the sound effect to tell when the other on-ramp stops blocking. When that stops blocking sound happens, basically you can punish. And I wasn't able to jump, so it's a full punish. His next special is back forward 1. This is I should mention, back forward 4 is a mid on the ground, but if Omni Man's above you, say he's jumping, this is an overhead. So, little bit of trick there if you're not keen on paying attention to the sound effect or the footsteps. Back forward 2 is a mid, so there's no funny business with this one. Back forward 1. This sucker's on mid, and it goes okay-ish distance, about round start position, right, round start. This is negative 15, so it's a full punish, mid. The point of it is it's just a bit of extra range mid you can throw out there, not a big deal. However, if this man spins the bar on it, it actually gets kind of useful in that the range is extreme. Like, it goes really far out there, like really far. It also smacks projectiles. This basically just stops projectiles, right? That's pretty good. Notice all his specials are punishable by themselves. Now these are safe yet. So again, I'll put myself on mute, and you can hear how long it takes for an on-ramp to jump. Yeah, so basically the short version of all this is that all his specials are punishable so far. Back forward 1, back forward 4, back forward 2. All punishable, okay? His next unique thing about him is that even on block, this man can do air dashes. So if we go and do a jump, I'm going to do a jump kick and do a forward air dash, and he can still do it on block. Now, that is not safe. As far as I can tell, it's not safe, but you might get people hesitating long enough because it's jump in, right? They're like, oh, let's jump in, whatever. It might catch some people, maybe, if they're a little too eager to press. Maybe, I don't know. It is punishable, so just figured to show it. Now let's cover the Viltrumite stance. Now this one is tricky. So if he does his stance, he does 2. It's a side switch. It's punishable. it's pretty punishable. It's a side switch, so just be ready if your punish is a like direction based. Say you have a back one to punish or whatever. Just remember you have to switch the side. The other thing he has is stance into 4. This is another like launching like dive bomb type deal. Funny enough, if Omni Man is using Farah, Farah can help him make all of the the back forward 4 by itself, and the stance 4. Both of these can be made safe with Farah and get full combos. Same deal with stance 3. So if we do stance 3, and this is an overhead. That is an overhead. That is -1 on block, maybe 0 depending on spacing. So fully safe on block, right? No big deal. Fully safe. Stupid voice commands. Hold on. If you up block this, it is a full combo punish for everyone in the game. If you hear Omni Man go into the ultraviolet stance and you think he's gonna do this, do an up. Just to exaggerate this, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna mash down one as hard as I can, so you can hear how much time there is. Like, look at that. That is like a full big boy punish on almost anyone in the game. That's absurd. So, well, you might think, well, everything we're doing here is punishable. Well, technically, yes. But that's a bit of a mind game you have to play with Omni Man. The last thing he has, let's set him to auto again. Or no, oh, sorry, oops. Last thing is the stance 1. This is just a mid hit or grab. It's not really a grab, but the mid button. It's like -25. It's full punish. Everyone knows that. So past the specials, after Viltrumite stance, you also have cancel, which actually cancels really quick. Actually, it's actually really quick. Like, if you're not ready to hear the cancel, he might actually just like cancel on neutral and then boom, right. And the whole idea behind all this, and you can even do a far teleport cancel, which will always put you behind the opponent. You're negative like 30, like you're actually not plus here or anything. You're actually pretty negative, but because of the space and how quick it is, people may not react fast enough to punish. And so Omni Man, what he'll try to do is back up into back 1. So if he does it quick, that back 1 will catch you and he'll get a big boy combo, 45% combo, whatever, right? But basically, as long as you know the matchup of the Viltrumite, like what he can and cannot do, and of course depending on the cameo, generally if Omni Man doesn't have a cameo to keep himself safe, you're good to punish him as long as you know the proper punishes. The stance 3 is up blockable. Pretty much any of his specials are punishable. The clap's hard to punish because of the pushback and the range you can do it at. But it's easier. Depending on the character, you might be able to reversal it from far distance. It just depends, right? You have to lab your punishes. People lab your punishes. I'm trying to think what else is punishable off the bat. Specials wise, I believe that's it. Oh, so non-specials, we have forward 2 and forward 3. These are both punishable for those of you who are getting opened up by Omni Man's. Forward 2 is a pretty slow overhead. That is 28 frames startup. The data on it is -14 or -15. It's punishable, so you can get a full combo. Little side switchy. If Omni Man's too close, little side switches, So just be a little cautious. Maybe start with a stand jab punish, right? Do that. Your other, if you up block it, it's even more negative. So just if you up block it, boom, big boy. The other big thing is forward 3. Forward 3. This is the low mid. I don't remember the actual data startup. I think it's like 15 frame startup mid. Or low, sorry. This is cancelable. So Omni Man, what he'll like to do is cancel into Viltrumite stance, cancel into this, right? some on-ramps, if they're crafty, they'll try and do enhanced Viltrumite into the 3 overhead, so like it might be low, low, mid, overhead, which is not real. You can armor out of it and move out of it. You can poke them out, probably. But yeah, it's this low gives a lot of people trouble, because this is a armor-breaking low that has some pushback on it, has some range on it too. So like Omni Man can do it like from back here and it'll still break. And the thing is, because it's cancelable, like things like Janet, Nut Punch will keep it technically safe, and of course on hit still reset them, so the opponent still has to hold the mix. Because yes, technically the overhead's reactable, whatever, but Janet's Nut Punch is like plus 36, so even then, like you're plus enough to guarantee it. So it's a legit like jail. Like they can't jump out or armor it. Well, they can armor, but the 4-3 breaks armor anyway. So in theory, 4-3 Nut Punch, 4-3 Nut Punch, like people are going to be holding that eventually. So, so those are his main 2 punishable things as far as by themselves. The other thing that you have to watch for defending his Omni Man, if you want to punish him, is, you know, if he does some of this is safe. Like people keep trying to think this is punishable. It's not. This is like Nut Punch is safe for Janet. If the Omni Man player knows what he's doing, he's going to keep it safe with a safe cameo. The idea is you armor out of the cameo. So let's see if I can do this right. So I'm going to set the other Omni Man to reversal out with his armor. There we go. Right, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna do 4-3 and a Nut Punch. Okay, that jails. Okay, that I honestly thought that there was enough. Okay, that's weird, because I know that other people can armor out of Sonia's overhead and get a combo or a punish, but apparently Nut Punch is faster than Sonia's overhead, so that's a jail. Like, you just have to hold that. That is unless someone's armor is faster, right? That's learning new tech in the middle of a video. Fun times. So 1-2-2 is the other. So we're going not straight punishable. You have to know a bit more tech here, just like understanding the gaps basically. So 1-2-2. So if you do 1-2-2, there you go. It's the second hit. So between 1 and 2, you can armor. If the Omni Man spaces are right, the 2-2 of the 1-2-2 string is not armorable, and it's safe, right? It's like 0 on block, I think, and it has a pretty good range on it. So it's like Omni Man's like scooting across the screen, so it's not a big deal. If Omni Man, you know, if they bait it out, they can punish you. Boom, reversal, right? So if I do this, big boy damage, right? Stand 2-2-2, same deal. The first hit is armable, so 2 armor gap, 2-2. Basically is how I'm trying to describe it here. So if the overhead is blocked by itself, like if I space it out right, then that's not armorable. You have to hold that. That's just jail, so block. You can't do anything about it. Next we have 4-4-1. 4-4-1 might be a bit of a sleeper, like probably his best button in neutral, honestly. This button's stupid because 4-4-1, no gap. Okay, there's no gap on this sucker, and it goes this far away. Like, and here's the funny thing, is like defending the cameo, you're hitting this far away and getting full combo, right, depending on the cameo. Like, that's kind of nutty, right, in my opinion. The 4-4-1 is actually a very interesting stagger, because a lot of people know it's -6, like it's safe, so they try and poke it back, try and do whatever. But if Omni Man's quick, like, the Viltrumite stance stuff is like a legit block string if you enhance. So close the gaps, right? So if I do... So, yeah, so if Omni Man decides to spin the bar and take the risk, he can use enhanced Viltrumite stance to get out of people trying to armor out. And 4-3 in a Viltrumite stance apparently is a true jail too. You can't armor that. Jesus. I thought you could armor that easier, but whatever. The other thing is pokes. Down 1, -8. Everyone knows that you can poke back. Down 3, I don't know what the data is on it, but it's it should be safe. Yeah, you can save. You can block. Down 4. Yeah, it's safe. So all his none of his pokes are like full like reversal punishable, unless Omni Man overcommits or something like that. So if I do. right? Anyway, I'm getting carried away. Point is, yeah, the general point is that his jab, both of his like standing jab strings have grips. Oh, sorry, let's cover this. So back 1-2. This is a 12 frame mid. This is -6 on block, fully safe. Omni Man doesn't get any follows up off of this normally with cameos he does. So just a safe mid check, knocks you down, whatever. But if Omni Man does high, the back 1-1, that's a mid high. Or he can, this other Omni Man can like go block and duck. So let's try and set this right. Let's see. Your opponent will hold block, up block. Your opponent will random attack, random combo, block. Your opponent will block, flawless, random, normal, flawless, escape. Use this, duck, moveless, auto, pull, moveless, pull, off. Your opponent, random, up block, stance. There we go. So you can test what's a true duckable high if you set it to duck and stance. So yeah, you can let go of block and duck this and he's just whiffing for days, right? And you can test this too with 1-2-2. You can 2-2-2. This man. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, so hopefully this helps you guys understand how to deal with Omni Man a bit more. Generally, if Omni Man is this far away, he'll be in Viltrumite stance like almost all the time. Let's be real. Like Omni Man's not really gonna want to actually play footsies and like try and walk back and wave point. Like he can do these things very well. Back when one's a really good mid, 4-4's a good mid. Like he can do this if he chooses to. But more often than not, Omni Man's going to thunderclap. Omni Man's going to Viltrumite stance, wait to see you or hear you in this case, throw any projectile, poke, even drop it down one from full screen if you want to, and boom, hit you with a full combo, hit you with this, you know. And if he's quick on the draw right here, if he's quick like this, like he can start doing some like weird stuff if you're respecting him too much. So like, this is one of my favorites right here is I do this. It's a little tricky, but you can do like, dude, Omni Man Gen is one of my favorite teams in the game. But yeah, so the other thing is that before the Chaos Reigns update, Omni Man did not get anything fancy off his forward 2. I feel like this forward 2, getting full combos with certain cameos, and especially in the corner, is kind of a big deal. At least bigger than most people are giving it credit for. So if we go in the corner here, Omni Man just gets this now. Right, so it's like, but the point is, like, he, you know, that's just by himself. He just gets I mean, realistically speaking, let's be real here. You're more than likely just going to do 2-2 because it's a way faster overhead. But it also doesn't have the same range. Like, if I do it from back here, that reaches. Slow and reactable, sure, but this doesn't. Oh, wait, yes, it does. Okay, I was wrong. I'm stupid. Just ignore that last one. I don't know, man. It's interesting, right? Like, so you, like, I could see this maybe like as like a reactionary thing, or like maybe I you know, read something, right? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I think the fact that it gets a full combo is just kind of a bigger deal than I think people are making it out to be. Although objectively, yes, other overheads are better. I just like the fact that just boom, just Big boy hit. Boom, a clean like 28 or whatever that is, 30. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm getting distracted. Point is, listen for the overhead, the low, all the Viltrumite stance stuff, try and react to it, try and practice the timings on it. Remember that the Viltrumite stance grab can actually grab you out of pokes. Pay attention to what you're doing for your projectiles or anything that Viltrumite stance goes through. Because you never know, he might just come back at you, with a stance 2 into full combo. Especially with Janet, if we do this. I'm terrible, hold on. Point is, you can do a full combo with Janet and blah, 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 blah. We know the deal, okay? Thanks again for listening or watching in this case. I hope this makes more sense how to deal with Omni Man, or at least gets you some ideas flowing. Don't forget to use training mode because it's fully accessible. Let's just set up Omni Man and see what you can punish, so we can learn and figure it out on your own. I think he's a strong character. He's not broken. He's not weak. He's just pretty fair as long as you know the matchup. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.